The internet is beyond stupid. I just saw something that just blew my mind. Rihanna just gave birth to her third child and she gained a little weight. And the internet is like, well, this is why men date younger women. Okay. I grew up in a neighborhood where women got pregnant and had babies. It was normal to see a woman have a child and be a little extra heavy after having a child. That's normal. It's normal. And right now you have these broken men, broken men talking about, well, she gained weight and this is what. All right, Rihanna's dating, let me make sure I get it right, because I want to say ASAP Rocky. And yep, that's who she's dating. She's dating ASAP Rocky. Well, ASAP Rocky was up on some gun charges. Went to court, beat the charges. You know what dude did? He literally leapt from behind the pulpit, leapt into the audience in Rihanna's arms. ASAP's happy with Rihanna. One kid, they had 3 children together, 3 kids together. This internet world, once again, there's 2 worlds. There's the real world and there's the internet world. The internet world is full of posers, wannabes, and people who don't really have a good read on strategy. I think Rihanna's fabulous. I'm like, she just gave birth to a baby. I'm like, I'm from the old school, right? Let me explain the old school. Like, you had a friend, and your friend married this woman that you didn't think was attractive. When you met, and that was, he introduced you to his wife, right? What would you say? Welcome. I'm so glad you're making my friend happy. You would never say his wife was unattractive. You would never approach him like that. He's my boy's happy. I'm going to be happy. There was an unwritten code of conduct. There's just certain things, like this man said, I'm going to marry this woman. I'm going to make her my wife. And regardless of what I think, it doesn't matter. That's my boy. I'm going to support him. I'm going to be there, and I'm going to wish him and his wife a well wishes. I would not be over there. See, this is where bitch men do. Oh, he fell off. That's his wife. He could have did better. That's the response of a bitch ass man. I'm going to say something. I knew a guy in my neighborhood that he was married to this woman who wasn't really attractive. She was not ugly. She had a standard behind look. But this is one of the nicest women I ever met in my life. Everyone in the neighborhood loved this woman. She was nice. She was gracious. No one ever said, well, you ain't hot. I don't know what the hell has happened to society that you would shame a woman that just gave birth to a baby. The internet's fucking ridiculous. That makes no sense. Instead of celebrating the fact that she and ASAP Rocky have been together and they produced 3 kids and they seem to have a great relationship, no, we're going to concentrate on her weight. My boo, when she gets pregnant, when she gets pregnant, and she gains a little weight, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to rub a little chubby stomach and tell her I love her. That's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to abandon, misalign, demean my woman who just gave birth to a baby. The internet is full of adult children, full of clowns. I was just sitting there like, really? You want to talk about someone who just gave birth to a baby, who literally gave birth to 1 and 2 babies, and after a few months, she slimmed back down to a regular form. This is just temporary baby weight. Nothing to be worried about. Nothing. but to leave a comment. This is my thought process. The internet is full of weak people, full of inhospitable people, full of angry people. Because Rihanna, let me see, let me make sure. I don't know if this is Rihanna a billionaire. Is Rihanna a billionaire? Her net worth is estimated to be 1.4 billion, largely driven by 50% ownership of the Fenty Beauty Cosmetics brand and her stake in Savage X Benny lingerie line. She became a billionaire in 2021, making her one of the wealthiest female musicians in the world. That's it. Oh, that's why the hate's coming. That's why the hate's coming. She's a billionaire. So I'm going to talk shit about this woman. This woman and ASAP have gotten together, have a happy relationship. They're producing kids. They're living well. And there was a picture of Rihanna being in a grocery store. All right, just because you get a lot of money, you have a lot of access, doesn't mean that you just don't have a normal life. I mean, years and years ago, I was in Whole Foods. You know who I saw? Boris Kojo. Let me make sure I say his name correctly. Boris. Oh, Kojo. Yep. And he was in there. And then his wife, her name is Nicole Ari Parker, comes from around the corner. And I'm like, and I was like, hey, how you doing? Very nice people. Very nice people. So yeah, stars go to the grocery store. I mean, this is one of the things that I think the average person who's never had any money, they have a fantasy life that if you have a money, you must do X, Y, and Z. Like me, I eat out a lot. Once I had a chef. I had a maid and a chef. So my life is atypical to the average person because if I was to go through my bank account, I would see I spent probably $2,500 for me and the boo to eat out last month. If I was to actually go, I don't really care. I really don't care. But I'm not going to sit here and complain about the price of eggs. But this whole issue is people construct what your life should be based upon their thought process. I think Rihanna's fabulous. The pictures, she gained a little weight. She just had a baby. That, if it wasn't for the internet and I saw her and realized she just had a baby, I would have had no thought process that she gained weight. I was like, oh, she just had a baby. She got a little baby weight. That's normal. That's fucking normal. But the internet's one of the greatest inventions of the world, and it's one of the most inhospitable places in the world. It's crazy. It is beyond crazy.